Hello and welcome to the Women in Tech video series. My name is Shannon Herman and I'm a senior recruiter for Acentra Technology Group. I also serve on the board of directors for the New Hampshire Tech Alliance. One of the most important things we do here at the New Hampshire Tech Alliance is showcase innovative companies and people throughout our state. And the Women in Tech video series is part of our TechWomen, TechGirls programming. We're very happy to have Vandna Sharma from Acentra Health here to talk to us today. Thank you for coming, Vandna.
Hi, Shannon.
Can you tell us a little bit about your company and what you do there?
So we are a health industry where we provide Medicare and Medicaid product to the states for state of Wyoming, Michigan, Hawaii, and Washington, and a bunch of other states. And we do have other projects too. My expertise is in electronic data interchange, which is in short called EDI. Mm-hmm. And I've been working with EDI last 25 years now, and I absolutely love it. That keeps me challenged, and with the new innovations coming in, it does help me kind of keep up with the technology.
Excellent. Well, thank you for taking time out of your, I'm sure, busy day to be here. As you know, we've prepared a few questions to go over. The first question I have is, can you share something that you're proud of, a project or an accomplishment you've had?
So I'm a very curious person. I love to go and do research on things and figure out how the things are working. So whenever I join a new company, I look at their whole programming and whole settings and figure out how I can improve the things. Not just for like 1 year or 2 years, like going down the road for like 10 years. So the proudest moment for me is when I joined Cigna long back, and I automated their whole EDI software and tried to make it much more improved. So the person before me was just basically going through and watching the EDI processing all day long, and I was able to automate that and move on to the other things and automate some of the other things too.
Excellent. So what your impact is certainly, I'm sure, felt there immediately when you automate something and you don't have to do it manually. So.
Yes. And even like after I left, there was a calls which I used to get like, okay, how did you guys do that? But it was interesting, at that time it took a long time to kind of analyze and problem solve that particular issue. But once it was done, it was like seamless. It was no mistakes. It was work in progress where it actually continued with the more innovative ideas and things like that down the road.
Excellent. I hear that curiosity and innovation are two of the biggest buzzwords as I speak to technologists. So it's not a surprise that you have those as well. The next question I have is a little bit more about your personal development, and what role would you say that mentorship has played in maybe your professional growth or women's growth in technology in general?
So when I joined the technology back many moons back, at that time, there was not that many women in technology. So I remember the times when I would be in the meeting, I would be the only woman. And there are sometimes, till now, I'm the only person, a woman, and women of color too. So, and it's hard to see that way, but things are progressing. And I think as a person in a technology, I want to bring that openness to other women and have them mentor them to be successful, be in the technology, and be doing all the programming or coding or project management and things like that, so that they can feel that it's not the men's world only.
Absolutely. You have to blaze the way, and now you can be the mentor for someone behind you.
Yes.
Excellent. That's great. And I guess the last question I have, it might tie in a bit, is just how do you approach your personal networking or building your community around you to help support you in your technology career?
So networking plays a really big role, especially when you're trying to build relationship or progress in your career and things like that. So going to the network places and finding good network communications is like really key for success for the technology people, especially when you need to learn more about the different companies in your area. Right now, it's a globalization where everything is remote. So even with the globalization, if you start doing networking and get into that and progress through the different things, it makes a huge difference in your career when you meet other people. Some are like-minded, and then help you, with your progress in your career, and help you do with the efficiencies and things like that.
I think networking can feel uncomfortable when you first get started, but I think that you're a great example of the people that you get to meet when you're out networking. Everyone's maybe a little bit hesitant to go into that room for the first time, but as you meet connections, you can really develop long-standing relationships.
That's right. With the networking, I think it's important that you take a first step, getting out and meeting people and learning from new people, and and then you need to keep up with those connections. It's like add them to LinkedIn, try to connect with them, and make more progress through that.
That's a great point too. Is the one-time meeting isn't what builds a relationship. It's how do you progress that past into LinkedIn or into a cup of coffee to really get to know people and help give and get through the networking process.
True.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate it. And it was great learning a little bit more about you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right.